suspicion to do something against a presented threat to my national security of the nation. I had hoped to deploy to Afghanistan to assist in resolving this conflict and bringing perpetrators to justice, but my plan was changed. After completing airborne training at Fort Benning, Georgia, I reported to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and was immediately informed of my imminent invasion to Iraq and my future participation. I was confused but unafraid. I asked, what does Iraq have to do with anything? General response, Iraq has direct ties, may be harboring Osama bin Laden. It has an arsenal of weapons of mass destruction. That was good enough for me. Let's go. Over the course of my deployments, during my time home and at home bases, I was continually disillusioned with my mission and my place in it. Internal squabbling and politics were the center of attention, with my mission continuing to lose focus. Whether commanders and senior non-commissioned officers on the ground solely career-oriented and publicity-focused. The scope of operations were self-centered and reactionary. While in Iraq, I watched zealous and above-the-law contractors commit fraud, waste, and abuse while kicking a start pay of around $120,000 United States dollars, taking a vacation of 30 days every 90 days. I got $40,000 US dollars as a rank of staff sergeant in 2 weeks for every 365 days. I watched a highly unregulated billions of dollars pumped into this war go squandered and misspent on half of cocked ideas, unregulated contracts, bribes, kickbacks, extreme overpayment on items a child could shop for, and the purchase of third-party personnel that do little for it. Somehow we drop millions on the procurement of generators that are simply thrown away, yet we can somehow not afford to pay teachers and other public officials, let alone we have the audacity to make a media mockery of these workers and attempt to ridicule their pay. Sales are great when your loved ones are not the lion's share of the destructive bottom line. When you don't face battle, the wounds inflicted to those who are not near and dear, but to those unfortunate enough to be around those who are fighting for what they believe to be right. When it's over for us and for them, when this is happening now, those that can or could do anything won't bat an eye as time and again has passed. Profiteering used to be a crime in America. Now it's a Fortune 500 company. Highly respected and God-fearing companies with the nation's interests at heart. Although I've dropped a few resumes at such occupations in vast fields to be turned around only because I was a soldier. Don't forget the scary threat of the war vet going crazy in the office. I was out of the Army for a year in 2007. I went back into the Army again in 2008 because I couldn't get a decent job because I was a veteran. The hypocritical treatment of this generation of veterans is disgusting. I'd rather have people despise me than to lie to me, which is the bulk of the landscape. And I hate to discredit my home, although my home has forced me to. Cincinnati is one of the most unfriendly places for a veteran that I've ever been to. I get more opportunity to respect to Baghdad or Berlin. I'm treated as such I have never done or known to something or to do something. When these things happen, or they're out of my sight. Treated like I have no skills when I want a decent job. Treated like a sociopath in most situations, being in public or private. Generally ostracized or frowned upon. Lo and behold, scolded when I didn't stay in the Army for 20 years. Not that being injured, stressed, sent so far away time and again that I felt a stranger in my so-called home and so distant from people that my residence of planet Earth could be questioned. I'm staggeringly confused at how general consensus is to be perplexed at how the most popular trends of veterans are homelessness, suicide, unemployment, and chemical dependence. How about a genuine fucking opportunity, after all, death was a common occurrence and what the popular vote and support was for. That's not important. General public, you're like a bad girlfriend. I'll leave with a quote and a thought by an author, veteran, and direct witness of the Dresden fire bombings and its cleanup as an American POW in Germany. There are plenty of good reasons for fighting, but no good reason ever to hate without reservation. To imagine that God Almighty hates himself with you. Kurt Vonnegut. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Buck. That was great. I missed a lot of his talk because I was